Okay, YouTube, we're gonna get right into this video. In today's video, my client here, he tried to cut his own hair. I did not get the beginning of it, but I did straighten the bald line part out. He started the bald line and then decided that he just didn't want to do it himself. And here I'm just going in with my foil shavers. I'm just trying to get everything super bald and silky smooth. So now I'm about to go in with the one guard, and here I got the lever about halfway closed because I don't want to take it too low, but I want to keep it dark, right? So I'm not going to close it and I'm not going to open it all the way. And since my client's hair is already low, I'm going to do a lot of passes through this hair because I have to really make sure that I'm getting everything as even as possible. So now I'm about to set in my second guideline. And here I'm going in with the lever all the way open, and I'm gonna go up a solid inch because I really want to stretch this fade out. As I said, my client, he tried to cut his hair and he kind of pushed the bald line higher than I would have normally wanted it. So I'm gonna stretch this fade out and we're gonna turn this into a boosie fade. So now to remove that bottom line, I'm gonna go in with the lever all the way closed, and I'm just really nudge at this line. If I go up too much, I'm gonna set another guideline in. So I just wanna wait until I see this line shift just a little bit, and as soon as it shifts, as you've seen, I move my lever to halfway or the second or third notch, however you wanna calculate it, and usually that finishes the fade off for me. So now I'm about to go in my 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm just gonna hit the parietal ridge, which is the area that I'm in right now, and I just want to debulk some of this hair as much as possible. Now I did use a 1 halfway close, so it's not gonna take off much hair, but it's gonna remove some of this bulk and just make the fading process a lot more seamless. And now using the 1 guard with the lever all the way open, we're gonna set our last and final guideline in. After my 1 guard, I usually do the fading down process, so I will not be setting in any more guidelines. I will just be blending in from that point. And this helps me have more control over the fade, while at the same time being more efficient. And here, I'm gonna just go with the grain, just to do a little bit more of debulking and to try to level out more of this hair before moving on to the fading down process. Now using my half guard with the lever all the way open, this is where I begin my fading down process. Now I do a mixture of fading down and fading up. I just do whatever I have to get the job done. So with the fading down process, I'm just gonna close the lever gradually until I see that bottom line disappear. And now, not all the time does it take for me to close my lever all the way to remove that bottom line, which is a good thing because I can now get done faster. So that's why I say it's more efficient to fade down because you're dealing with less steps. Right here, I just hit my 3rd notch. And as you guys can see, man, the bottom line is already basically gone. And I didn't really need to close the last 2 notches, which is a great thing. But I think I just close it sometimes just to touch up where that the lever open-ended. You know, just do a little bit more detail work without doing the detail work. So now I'm gonna pop on my 1.5 guard, and instead of fading up, I'm gonna start fading down again. I'm just gonna retrace my steps all over again until I see this fade become super blurry. That's literally all there's to it. So I'm just gonna pop on each and every guard and just gradually work this fade into what it needs to be. And here I'm going in with the razor comb. I'm just trying to level out all this dark area as much as I can before pulling out my guards again. One thing I want to tell you guys is that you really have to be super patient with fades sometimes. The fades you see on Instagram and the internet, those fades take work. Like this fade came out crazy good and it took a lot of work to get it to where it needed to be. So just make sure you're patient, trust your system, whatever system you guys use, and don't fall away from it just because it isn't working the first time or the second time over. Do it till you get it right. That's the only way to get a haircut as perfect as you can. Right there, we just went in with some hairspray, and I just like to use hairspray to lock those hairs along the lineup down so that everything is nice and laid. Now this right here, I usually don't talk on this part, but this is my favorite part of the video. when I'm doing my lineups, I like to start in the middle. And if they have a weaker side or a higher side, I use my middle as a point to match the other side with that weak side. But my client here, he had a fairly even line and everything's nice and healthy and strong. So I'm just naturally lining them up. Any light spots that I see, I'm not digging in to make it darker or make it pop more. I'm gonna enhance the cut anyway, so I want the haircut as natural as possible so that it lasts longer for my client. Hey, look at my man. He can't wait to look in the mirror at this cut. I know he can't believe I just blessed him like that. Now, when y'all are using these razors, please make sure y'all changing the razor out each cut. And then when you're using it, make sure you're pulling the skin away from the way you're gliding the blade so that you don't cut your client. That's the last thing you want. So make sure you're pulling the skin down. So the last thing I'm gonna do, and I encourage everybody to do it on every single haircut they do, at least waver cuts, make sure you run a clipper over top their head and just get all those strags. It might seem like a very little thing, but those strags matter. And YouTube, here's the cut. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the page. As I always say, and as I said before, I will be dropping more content coming soon. I'm getting more consistent with it. I got a lot of stuff in the chamber for y'all. But in order for me to unlock it, man, we gotta get to 1K. So I need y'all to spread the word on this video, show a lot of love on this video, because man, this cut came out beautiful. My man is super happy. He's super confident now. And for me, that's the biggest thing right there, just instilling confidence in people with every cut. So yeah, we did our thing today, and I don't even know what to say no more, man. This just, it's crazy. The outcome was just crazy. But we're gonna end it on that. I appreciate you guys that stayed this far. Stay up, stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.